Brothers and sisters, today let us continue the book reading Reality at Dawn, written by Babuji Maharaj, chapter Faith. The other important factor of a spiritual life is faith in the Master. For as I have already said before, the help of a capable Master is indispensable for higher spiritual attainments. He is the only medium through whom the divine impulse comes to an aspirant. It is therefore but essential that the guide we select should be one of the highest capability and practical attainments. To judge the real worth of the guide, we must associate with him for some time, trying and testing him by all means in our power. When we are thus convinced of his capabilities through reason and experience, we may accept him as our master and submit to his guidance. If we disregard this principle, we are likely to be deceived in our judgment. We must never follow anyone blindly, having been attracted towards him by his outward imposition and display of knowledge. For proper judgment of the true merits of a man, we must take into account his practical attainments in the spiritual field. We must seek in him the real thing we crave for. When we are thus convinced, we naturally begin to feel an inward attraction for him and think him to be the very person who can shape our destiny. The feeling gradually develops into faith and we begin to love him. We submit to his views with due regards to his personality and proceed along the path under his guidance. The experience of achievements gained during the course convinces us further of the extraordinary capacities of the Master, and we begin to look upon him as a superhuman being. Our faith now is greatly helpful to us in our spiritual progress. It dispels clouds of doubt and uncertainty and removes difficulties and obstructions from our path. Faith is really the foundation of the entire structure of spirituality. Faith in reality, faith in the right course you have adopted for realization, faith in the worthy Master whom you have submitted to. This is the rock upon which you must build your edifice of spirituality if you really aim at success. You will therefore be possessed of an internal force strong enough to shatter all the forces of evil that might be surrounding you. It will help you to draw fresh divine impulse whenever you require it. Here, Babuji Maharaj is saying us about the importance of faith, because it is one of the important factor of our spiritual life. So faith in Master is very, very important for our spiritual progress. As Babuji Maharaj has already said before to all of us that the help of a capable Master is indispensable for higher spiritual attainments. If at all we have to attain the higher state of condition, the help of a Master is a must. That too, a capable Master with practical experience and expertise in the spiritual conditions. So, he is the only medium through whom the divine impulses comes to an abhyasi, and therefore it is very much essential that the guide whom we select should be one of the highest capability and practical attainments and also of high caliber. So, to judge the real worth of the guide, what we have to do? We should associate with him for some time and try to know about him and test him by all means of our inner power. Many abhyasis who used to go to Babuji Maharaj, they were doing the same job. They were just testing Babuji Maharaj with their inner power. And once when they are completely convinced, then they used to accept him as their master. If not, if we disregard this principle, then we will be likely to be deceived in our judgment. That means we should not simply accept anybody or one or the other person as our guru. When we are convinced completely with his capabilities through reasoning and experience, and then when we accept him as our master and submit to his guidance, then our progress in the spiritual practice is unstoppable. So, we should never follow anyone blindly, having been attracted towards him by his outward imposition and display of knowledge. Because many people will speak about many aspects of spirituality, but when we peep into their inner condition, not even a single condition we feel within them. So, after all, whatever they deliver through speech, everything is bookish knowledge. So, for proper judgment of the true merits of a man, we must take into account his practical attainments in the spiritual field. We must seek in him the real thing we crave for. So, when we are thus convinced, we naturally begin to feel an inward attraction for him and think him to be the very person who can shape our destiny. Many people who used to visit Shahjahanpur and used to have the darshan of Babuji Maharaj were feeling that he is the proper guru or guide who will take them to their destination. That is, he is the only master who is having that capability and capacity and also the caliber to take the abhyasis who approached him to their destination. That is the state of ultimate reality. So, when this feeling gradually develops into an abhyasi, it becomes the faith, and slowly the abhyasi begins to feel love towards the master. When we submit to his views with due regards to his personality and proceed along the path under his guidance, what happens? Completely our inner system gets transformed. Usually, people, when they think about Babuji Maharaj, all his attributes, spiritual attributes, will come into the picture. Those spiritual attributes are very much visible to the inner eye of an spiritual aspirant. And the qualities, the divine qualities like simplicity, humility, and then love, compassion, all these things we notice. Whenever an abhyasi remembers master, those divine qualities will descend into him. So, while selecting a guru, his inner achievements are very, very important. The experience of achievements gained during the course convinces we abhyasis further of the extraordinary capacity of the master, and we begin to look upon him as a superhuman being. So for this, I would like to share with you my personal experience with Raghavendra Saab. By the grace of Master, I used to go to Raichur frequently, and Raghavendra Saab Appa used to come to Ballari, or even we used to meet at some spiritual satsangs. And I was very much new to this system, and people used to tell many things about Raghavendra Saab, that way, this way. And for me, actually, my spiritual pursuit was very, very important. And I don't want to heed attention to any of the silly things which people used to speak. It's okay. We can't stop anybody. At the same time, once when Raghavendra Saab visited Ballari, one of our sister Abhyasi, she loudly spoke to Raghavendra Saab, saying that Appa, Buddha, he renunciated his family and went to forest. This is the great blunder what he has done in his life. It's really a great mistake what he has done. Then immediately Raghavendra Saab told that, see my dear, actually looking at elders' mistakes and thinking that they are the mistakes of elders is itself a great mistake. Then all of a sudden I realized a secret, what he is really revealing to all of us. And it was just like a lightning to me. And it enlightened me also. And then I felt internally a condition which I wrote to him through my letter. I wrote to Appa that I cannot limit a superhuman being in the framework of this world. In Kannada, I wrote him as ಮಾನವಾತೀತರನ್ನು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಚೌಕಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಂಧಿಸಲಾರೆ, ನೋಡಲಾರೆ. That means a superhuman being cannot be limited to this world's frame because they are unlimited. So after that, what happens? Our faith now in them, it greatly helps us in our spiritual progress, and it dispels all the clouds of doubt and uncertainty and removes difficulties and obstructions from our path. This is the truth what I experienced by the grace of Babaji Maharaj. Because faith is really the foundation of the entire structure of spirituality. Faith in reality, faith in the right course, what we have adopted for realization, faith in the worthy master like Babuji Maharaj, whom we have submitted everything to him. This is the rock upon which we must build our edifice of spirituality, if we are really aiming at our success. So, faith in reality, faith in the method, and faith in the master. These three things are the keystones or key foundation stones to build our edifice of spirituality. Then one will possess an internal force strong enough to shatter all the forces of evil that might be surrounding a person or an abhyasi. It will help us to draw fresh divine impulse whenever we require it. So, dear brethren, the only factor or the important factor of our spiritual life is faith in the Master. Faith in reality, faith in method, and faith in Master. So, with this, I will conclude today's satsang. Let us know more aspects in the forthcoming satsang. Till then, I take leave. Pranams. Namaste.